Now, in light of John Major's comments regarding the yob culture and the government's recent declaration that they'll be stopping holidays for juvenile offenders in preference for work in the community, Steve Hyland wanted to find out what you, the WMtv viewer, thought about the youth of today.
Steve Hyland.
A lot of talk at the moment in the press about thugs. We've already had the big fight last Saturday, of course, where the whole thing disrupted and fell into just nothing more than a riot. The government have mentioned that they're already looking at doing things to help the youth of the day, but is there really a major problem? Are we actually bringing up a yob culture? We're in Feltham today and we're asking that as a question of finding out how we'd resolve the problem.
I'm an ex-army man, and like the army, you've got to have discipline. Otherwise, you can't run a regiment, you couldn't run a war, and you can't run the country. And I say, honestly, these kids are doing it just for being sort of brave. I'm better than you, sort of job. That didn't happen in my school days. I'm 93 years of age, and when I was at school, if we had a bit of a fight, it was with our hands and not knives.
There's not enough jobs for young people to do, particularly in this town. There's not enough entertainment for the young kids. There's no place for them to go. The nightlife is around the streets, Ken's vlogger. There is no entertainment for the kids these days.
Well, I think there is a lack of discipline, yeah, with the youngsters, but generally I don't think they're any, they're all right. I've got 4 boys, 4 different boys, all different.
I mean, there's been a lot of talk at the moment. We saw the big fight the other night on the television where the whole thing disrupted into complete violence, and there seems to be more and more of that at the moment.
Yeah. Well, I think, to be fair, it's the media is quick now. I mean, all of a sudden there's a disaster in somewhere along the other side of the world, and it's news here, isn't it? I think it's all been brought to our attention. You know what I mean?
So perhaps the problem isn't as great, but you reckon it's probably the media actually bring it to the focus a lot quicker?
Well, I think it's fair to do so. I mean, this Charlie boy, I mean, they've been doing that for years, haven't they? I mean, if we'd done it, we got our knuckles wrapped. I mean, oh, Charlie, them kings and queens have been at it for years, haven't they? I mean, they're terrible, aren't they? I mean, they stand in judgment on everybody else, and I mean, they're the bloody world's worst, aren't they? So that ain't the kids, is it? I mean, look at this Charlie, couldn't be more privileged. They're all as thick as parrots, aren't they? If they'd go and get a living, they'd be banging trouble, wouldn't they?
I witnessed a mugging in the centre the other day.
And there was a bomb scare next to the charity shop a couple of weeks ago.
2 youths just attacked this man and stole his money and run off.
I mean, what do you think we can do about it?
Well, I couldn't do anything.
But I mean, you're a parent. The responsibility starts with you. I mean, do you think
home.
parents have lost control at the moment?
Yeah. Yes, basically. Yeah.
Kids are awful.
So what would you recommend to parents? I mean, what would you say to the government? What would you tell them to do at the moment?
Well, more discipline at school. Bring back the birch, I think.
Yeah.
The voice of reason, eh? What we're asking questions about is whether you think there's a yob culture or not growing up. I mean, you're the people, a lot of people are pointing fingers at. Yeah. They're saying that the kids of the day are out of control. What do you think?
Asking.
What do you think?
They're just doing it to, like, act hard and just trying to be big and all this. And, like, some of them just don't know what it means and all this. Just want to, act big.
Is it just been acting big? I mean, some people have said it's because there's nowhere for the kids to go today.
No,
that's true?
That's really no excuse if you ask me. People are getting hurt and like people like there's all these sort of gangs and stuff like that, and people getting bullied, stuff like that, innit? Like they don't even want to go to school, so they've got nothing else to do except for just turn into jobs and that.
I mean, do you feel that there could be more things done for the younger people and also the supposed jobs that we do have about today to actually stop the trend?
Only by having more youth clubs and things for the youth to keep them off the streets from running around and that sort of thing and causing trouble and doing damage, yeah.
Well, tell me, do you think we've actually got a problem in society at the moment as far as you're?
Oh, I think we've got a problem, all right.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, what would you do to resolve it?
Well,
Big
I don't
question,
really. It is a big question. I don't really know what we can do, what we can do about it. It's getting a very big problem everywhere. I think, not just.
Would you think that things like national service or anything like that, bringing that back? Because I mean, a lot of people we speak to say yes, it's a great idea, but they can't remember it.
Yes, stick them in the army, and that's what I say. Yes.
And let them sort it out there.
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
Well, they're talking what?
A load of, yeah.
No, but seriously, I mean, but that's exactly the sort of...
Yeah, we don't go running around like that.
Yeah, we don't smash everything up, do
Vandalising
we?
everything. We're only from school, look.
What's this then? WMtv? What's that then? What's that on?
Well, I'll tell you what...
Sky or something?
It's on the cable, yeah. It's on the cable channel,
this is who
yeah.
you want to go speak to about yobs and all that.
Are you a bit of a yob then?
No, not me,
Mr.
mate.
Michael Norton.
Yeah, not me, mate. All right.
No? Do you feel sometimes that the sort of attitude that you're...
No, I don't think it's smart at all. They shouldn't all smash the windows and that, no graffiti. None of that business. No.
Oh, Michael.
Are you looking for somebody at the moment? Because I'm a bit taller than you. I probably can see them. You're looking for your mum, are you? No, I can't see your mum. Anyway, oh, there she is. Whose fault do you think it is?
Partly the parents.
So how do you think they could actually resolve bringing their children up like that?
Well, I think if they kept a bit more control over them and kept them indoors and made sure that they came in when they were asked to come in, and in the case of girls, go and collect them like I did with my daughters.
It's got to start from the roots. If the parents don't bring them up right, we got no chance of it. But if it doesn't start there, well, that's it. I mean...
Can I ask you a question? Did you ever do your national service?
Yeah.
Do you think that's actually a solution to the problem that we have at the moment?
Well, it would be. 2 years in the army, we're doing good, yeah.
So the youth have got no chance with this Tory government. As far as I'm concerned, what they've done to them is immoral. There's no jobs, there's nothing for them. I mean, all these poor kids now, it's terrible what's been done in this country.
Do you think the blame lays firmly with the government?
Squarely on the government with their policy. They want to put everybody out of work and pay them £3 an hour. Even a man of my age can only earn £3 odd an hour, and it's immoral, it's wrong.
Have you had any examples of hooliganism, yobs? Have you come into contact?
Yeah, in our state where
But
we
if
live.
there was more jobs for people, then they wouldn't do like all vandalism and stuff like that, would they?
So, I mean, some people say it's down to things like entertainment for the kids today.
Yeah.
There's just nothing to do.
Yeah, there's nothing to do. There's no entertainment around there.
Like, there's no like nightclubs or nothing, is there? Like youth clubs. Think about it. It's just like they're just building more houses for more people. There's gonna be more trouble.
What do you think actually caused it? Where does it start?
It starts, I believe, television, films, violence.
So what should we be doing about it? I mean, is it the government's job or is it the parents' job to resolve that?
Parents' job. Parents shouldn't let the children watch so much violence on TV, so many films that aren't meant for children to watch. Things like that. They get the ideas and then they go out and experiment. Mm-hmm. And thereby ends a tale.
What causes it, do you think?
I think it's the environment they grow up in. That if the parents treat them that way, then they're treated that way. Then they'll do it to some other people.
I mean, what ways do you think we could resolve it and sort things out? I'll ask you again, I don't mind. I'll stand here, shall I? What way would you resolve it and sort things out, do you feel? How would you stop the kids growing up into hooligans?
Well, first somebody's got to have words with their parents, like tell them to act better, and if they don't, then the child's just going to grow up in that way again.
I mean, does it worry you? I mean,
no, not particularly. But if I came across somebody like it, well, give them as good back if you could. But other than that, what could you do?
Do you think society's changed a lot since you were a child?
God help us, yes. Yeah. I'd say it has.
Whose fault do you think it is?
Well, not enough discipline with the parents with schools, with everything in general. There was discipline when we were kids, real discipline.
So do you think we're, as a society, going just a little bit soft on the kids, are we?
Yeah, for sure.
What do you mean, yob society?
Hooliganism.
Yeah, there is.
I mean, the other night on the TV.
You can see there's hooliganism all over the place.
I mean, what do you think is the cause of it?
Nothing to do. Just nothing to do for the people around here. Nothing to do for the kids, definitely not.
So how would you resolve it then?
Well, just, you got to get a campaign up, haven't you, or something, petition. Get someone interested in it.
Yeah, excuse me, sir. You're not beating this child up, are you? we're actually just hold him tightly there for a second. We're doing a little piece on hooliganism, actually.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, do you think there is a problem with a yob culture growing up at the moment?
I don't believe in hooliganism. Don't believe in it.
No?
No. We look after our children.
Yeah. This isn't one of yours, then, I take it?
Yeah. But I look after.
Do you think there is a problem, though? I mean, you're a parent, and as they are growing up, does it worry you?
Not really, no. No. Start beating them up.
I don't know what you're going to do with them, honestly. Giving them holidays and all that sort of thing. I think it's most ridiculous. Put your bloody foot down and give them a bloody good idea.
So that's the views of the people of Feltham. Parental control seems to be the most important thing that they feel, and also more things for the youth of today to do. More youth clubs, more bowling areas, more activities for them to get out and do. From a lovely sunny afternoon in Feltham, this is Steve Hyland for WMtv.
Regardless of what we individuals or parents think and do to help the so-called yob culture, technology is definitely catching up with the needs of the 90s. Not only are yobs in public places increasingly likely to be caught on camera, so too are inconsiderate drivers who park in disabled spaces. So you've been warned. Here to talk about the Slough Community Closed Circuit Television, or CCTV for short, is Len Rawlings. Welcome to the studio, Len. It's very kind of you to come in. Now, tell us what actually prompted you to actually get CCTV put into the Slough area.
Well, about 18 months ago, the council came to the conclusion that it had to add closed circuit television to the list of measures that we were going to take to tackle crime, but in particular fear of crime, both at the town hall and in the town centre. At the town hall, we were then experiencing cars being stolen or broken into almost every other day. The ladies who work for us were frightened, literally, of going to the cars in the car park, especially in the early evenings, and we're getting increasingly scared of that particular sort of trip. And the same was happening in places like Queensmere car park, and walking through the subways to the bus station. And also we were aware that students at the university were being advised by their instructors not to use the subways, but basically to cross the roads.